So right. Ah. Evening, everyone. I just finished Dark Secret by Kristin Feehan, and I have to say, oh my gosh, this book. That's all I gotta say. Goodbye! Oh my god, no. Oh my gosh. No. Okay, so, this book. How do I say this? I don't know how to say this. And oh my god, my hair, I am not happy with, like, this short stuff. Or the fact that it's this short, either. Let's stop talking about my hair. I'm supposed to be talking about a book. This book was really good if you take out Raphael and substitute him with a different man. This book was like, the story was really good. I basically loved the story from start to finish. And like mainly the plot is what I have to say. The plot of the story was really good, but oh my god, Raphael. Alright, so I want to save Raphael for later, so alright, plot. This plot was really good. So we have Colby and her family, her father, her stepfather, because he's not her actual biological father, but her mother married him and all that sort of stuff. Like, he died and things have been happening on the ranch. So her father, and then later, like 3 years later, she had sent letters to their family in Brazil and never answered. And then 5 years after she had written her letter, these people come and try to take the kid, like her brother and sister that her mother and stepfather had together, and just take the ranch from her and all that. And it was really interesting, and also, as I said, stuff has been happening on the ranch, and finding out who has been doing it and why they've been happening, and the fact that she had to borrow money from somebody, and who that person is trying to extort from Colby. You know, like she shouldn't be running a ranch by herself. Like, women shouldn't be running a ranch and doing all of this sort of stuff. It's because it's not ladylike or whatever. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's like present day, everyone. Or like, I think like, it's roughly the late 80s, somewhat 90s era. Like, there's not cell phones running around, but there are computers running around. Like, not running around literally, but they've got computers using and that sort of thing. So I really liked how, you know, these people, like, some of the men are like, you shouldn't be doing this, and it's like, bullshit. I can do whatever you can do, okay? And this is coming, this is coming from Nicholas, who is the older brother of Raphael, and we meet Nicholas first in the prologue, and then obviously chapter 2. Oh my god, I can feel the shortness. Sorry. Yeah, but most of the other ranch hands and the sheriff, who is kind of her best friend, are like cool with her. They send horses over to her because she's like one of the best horse trainers in their little town. I need to put my hair up and keep playing with it. Yeah. So that part of the story is, I like it because yes, it's very annoying that some of these men are, you know, want to subdue her, but at the same time, she literally tells them that, no, I can do this. I don't need a man. And I like that independence of her. And so, and then we get, and that's part of the story, is that stuff is happening at her ranch, and people are saying like, you can't do this, like, women shouldn't be doing this, and blah blah blah. And then the whole paranormal thing comes in, with Raphael now coming to talk with her, and that's where the romance is supposed to blossom. But no, okay, and I'm still gonna say that for later. So, as I said, the whole paranormal thing comes in, and they're even worse. Both Raphael and Nicholas are horrible and I don't like it. And so just the whole plot of women can't do like a man's work, to quote, to air quote, which is stupid. But I think the premise of the story is that yeah, women can do a man's work, but you also have to be able to be honest with yourself and say, okay, I need some help. Can I get some help? And whatnot. You can't always be stubborn and just bully your way on your own. And there's 2 characters that pop up in this book from a previous story. Oh my god! Oh my god, like when the official vampire came, and he's a master vampire, at first I didn't recognize it, and then another hunter comes in and, you know, he's like, Kirja? Oh my god, blah blah blah. And if you remember, I did not say this at all in the book, but for those of you who have read Dark Destiny will remember that we had like 2 kind of master vampires, and Kirja disappeared somewhere, but then this other guy, you know, was the main guy who was trying to get Destiny and other women and whatnot. But yeah, Kirja comes into the story, and I'm like, it was a later point, like near the end of the book, that I realized, like, and that was at that point that our hunter comes in, and guess who it is? It's Feehan! Feehan, yes! Oh my god! And also, I will tell you that I have looked at the family tree a bunch of times. It's fun to look at how everyone is, like, tied together. And so I had seen, you know, Feehan's, like, Feehan gets someone. Okay, he does. Oh my gosh. And, like, at that time I was like, I don't, like, it doesn't really matter to me. Like, whatever. But reading this book and realizing, you know, he's on the trail of this woman. Oh, because also this mysterious woman that we met, that we was alluded to in Dark Destiny, we kind of meet her in this book. But she's on the run, and she knows about hunters, she knows about vampires, so she's running all over the place. And then we meet Feehan, and, you know, he finds out her name, and I find out, oh my god! I won't tell you that little tidbit I found out about. We will in my next book that I'm reading. So anyway, oh my god, Feehan, and he helps Raphael take out Kirja. So like, and Kirja is part of a very, very old family tree line, and he is a Malinov, Malinov, M-A-L-I-N-O-V, Malinov. And for those of you who've already read this entire series and are like on the current book, I'm a little behind, but if you've read a certain book, you will know we get to come back to the Malinov family. Oh my god, this series is really starting to get good, okay? Yeah. And so Feehan helps Raphael kill Kirja. It's not really a big spoil because, you know, we're like, there's always gonna be a vampire, like a main villain vampire that's always gonna be killed. So I'm not really spoiling anything, but oh my gosh, I love this. And then he disappears because he's going off to find this mysterious woman. Yeah, so as I said, I love this plot and the storyline, but it doesn't start getting good until at least, maybe not right at the beginning of this, but during the last third of the book, it starts getting really good. Like the more of the plot, like the main big huge plot of this like series starts to come to light, and there's mention of the Dragon Seeker line and this wizard who kidnapped a Dragon Seeker female who's already mated and I think technically already had children. Anyway, kidnapped her, and either like somehow had, I don't know how, I can't remember, somehow had children with her, and find out about that. And like, you know, there's a wizard, and apparently wizards in this this world were very close to the Carpathians, but apparently got very jealous because they wanted immortality like the Carpathians. And it's just more of that plot line. And because I remember the Dragon Seekers and the wizards in Dark Curse and Dark Slayer, it really becomes prevalent. So like, I really liked that storyline. It's really heavily prevalent in Dark Curse, and we'll talk about that when I technically reread Dark Curse, because I've already read that. Yeah. This is great. And as I said, the big storyline, I'm repeating myself, but the big storyline starts really picking up. It starts picking up here, and it's great. I love it, and I keep doing this. I'm sorry, I don't know why, and my hair is being... So yeah. I don't care if you don't care about, you know, like vampires or Carpathians or like kind of romance in general. The high stakes in this book, and the like, some of the men are like, women shouldn't be doing this, and are like, Colby is like, I call bullshit, I can do this, that whole thing. Just read it for that, because it's great. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into Colby. I really liked her. I loved how independent she is, and how she just will not put up with Raphael's bullshit, bullcrap, there's a word that I need to say, but I'm gonna wait for him. Yeah. And I love her fierce love for her family, and that she is trying to save this ranch because it's sort of like entrusted, or like, you know, it's passed down from her stepfather to her younger brother and sister, who obviously are his blood children. And she just, you know, she's strong, and she's not about to take any bullshit from any sort of dominant man, because that's not a turn on. Though it does turn on sexually. It's not like, besides needing we women wanting, you know, a sexual connection, we also need an emotional connection, and she wasn't really finding that in anyone until Raphael. And it takes her, literally, I will show you. This is not even the beginning of the last third of the book, but this little section here, see, it's like literally the end of the book. This section here, like, this is like the last 16th, or maybe the last 8th. I don't know, but it's like a small amount out of the big whole of the book that she actually really starts, like, I actually have fallen in love with you, and you have done, like, it's where they start to actually become sort of like a couple, an actually proper couple that I like together. So, you know, I liked Colby. I really don't have any faults with her, except a little minor one is that, whereas, like, she is strong, she is independent, and I love her courage, but she also can be really stubborn. And I kept saying in my mind, it's like, Colby, you kind of need to take the help. Like, you need to take it. You need it. I still love her, and she's just still a great character. It's not one of my top books, because nothing will take the spot of Dark Slayer, but I don't know where Dark Curse lies in this numbering, but Dark Symphony has taken the number 2 spot. And now I want to talk about Raphael. I am very disappointed in him, but I'm not at the same time, because this last section of the book is when he starts becoming a better Carpathian. He starts becoming a better man. So right from the beginning, like right from, like, he sees Colby, he hears Colby, he gets his emotions, he starts seeing in color. He tries to force dominance on her, and like, It's like my way or the highway. And he's like this for this much of the book. Do you see how much of this book there is? Oh my god, I wanted to slap him. I wanted to be like, no. Like a big fat no. I'm gonna put you in a bubble and you go stay over there until you think of why you need to be a better man and not being such a dick. He is a big fat poopy dick. Oh my god. I'm so mad at him because he was trying to dominate Colby, and though yes, Colby really likes like a dominantly sexual, but she wants a partnership. She wants to be properly respected and accepted, because though she loves her family, she has these powers which makes her a candidate to be a life mate, and she has to hide this stuff from her family because she doesn't feel accepted. But where she kind of wants to feel accepted by Raphael, this dominant personality that he's had through, you know, his gray time, you know, it don't fly, it don't cut it. So yeah. But by at the halfway mark, and then to, you know, this little section there, he has moments of where he is compassionate, he is actually loving, and he shows to be a gentleman and a man who can listen and be like, okay, yes, but, you know, I shouldn't have done that, and I'm sorry. Like, he doesn't full out say I'm sorry, but he has moments of like something like I'm sorry. But then he does something stupid and he just becomes a pompous ass again. Yes. And as I keep repeating, it's not until this point right here that he starts becoming a better man. Though he has to convert her without her consent, that he starts to actually feel remorse. He starts feeling guilty, and he's like, oh my god, I am so sorry. This was completely wrong of me and I should not have done this, and I'm so sorry. Because, you know, Carpathian males keep professing that we cannot harm our life mate. We love our life mate. We want to protect our life mate. And yet, once, you know, the convergence starts, they're like, oh my god, they're in pain and I can't take this pain away, and it's like they have to endure it until a certain point, and then I can put them to sleep, and then they can, you know, everything can start, you know, making them into a Carpathian. And yeah. And then I actually start to really like him, because he finally starts to be, as I said, a better man. Like, yes, throughout the book, he keeps saying, like, I am not a man, I am a beast. I am a predator. I, you know, literally drink blood, and I have these powers, and there is a beast inside me that could consume me and turn me into a vampire without you. But it's like, you're trying to thrust this woman into this world which she has no idea what any of this is, and you're just expecting her to be like, yes sir, okay sir, I'm sorry sir, I will do whatever you say sir, and blah 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 blah. Whereas his life mate is not like that. As we know, Colby is a very independent woman, and he says, I love that you're independent, but you have to submit to me. And it's like, that's not how this works. If you want an independent woman, you can't expect her to submit every single second. The only time she will allow herself to be submissive is sexually, because she enjoys it. But at the same time, she wants, you know, gentleness and kindness, and as I said, it doesn't. I am glad that he finally actually learns that, you know, you can be dominant, but you also have to be submissive at the same time. Like, you have to have both in you. You can't be over dominant. And as I was about to say earlier, he was the uber dominant. I have said a number of these Carpathian males are super dominant, and I don't like it. But they started to become less super dominant. Like, they're obviously still gonna be dominant. They are Carpathian males, and that's not going to change about their character, their nature. But their dominance level becomes like it's a better level than being all the way up here. It's more like a 50 to like maybe like a 30-40%. Like it's not bad. Like even when they're still trying to figure their relationship out between each other, and even when you meet you meet the more dominant Carpathians, they come nowhere close to Raphael and his uber dominance. Like, granted, his family, what's his family name? We get a family tree in this one, but it's not as updated as the one on the website. And even then, it still needs to be updated with the newer book that came out. We have, where is it? It's not, oh, sorry. We got another page as well. Okay. Yes, the De La Cruz family and the Melanov family were they were the rule breakers of the Carpathian world. They pushed the rules, and at one point they thought they were going to overthrow the Drinsky family line from being the prince, and they were going to take over and, you know, be ruling over the humans and using them as cattle and not being hidden in the shadows. But the De La Cruz family was like, no, we need to have honor. We are honorable people. Whereas Melanov family line, they seem to went into some decline. If Kirja has anything to say about it. But yeah, oh my gosh, for the majority of the book, I was so frustrated with Raphael. But at the same time, I can understand because they were very, I don't know. They were kind of an arrogant family. There we go. Like the levels of dominance and arrogance and were all the way up to here, whereas, you know, other ones were up to here, but then they fixed here. And his was like, gore. That's why I love Riordan, because out of the De La Cruz brothers, I actually love Riordan because he wasn't, yes, he kind of, you know, took Juliet, but he wasn't this uber dominant character that Raphael is, and I believe Nicholas is. Again, as I read it before, and, you know, he basically, you know, kind of tries to dominate his life mate, but I don't think it works, and I think he becomes a better man, like, more at the halfway point, unlike Raphael. I think Raphael is, like, wow. I don't know, because it's been a long time since I read/listened to it, because I know I listened to it on audio, and it's been a while, so I can't remember a lot. I just remember, like, the beginning, like, he was, so, yeah. And then, like, all the supporting characters, like Juan and Julio, who are her stepfather's brothers, which makes it her brother and sister's uncles, and this new family who bought up this ranch land on one of the sides of Colby's ranch. And they're a really nice family. And her friend Ben is really nice. And then the men at the bar, who are other ranchers, who are basically Colby's friends, they're really nice characters. And then there are more villainous type of characters, like this one guy named Tony Harris, who she's known since grade school. And he's a real dick, but he's human. He just fades into the past. And also the guy who she took a loan from, who's trying to basically marry her. He's a good villain, but again, he kind of fades into the past. And I also kind of really liked her younger brother and sister. They were sweet, and, you know, they were great. They were actually really tied into the whole plot line of the story, and taking, like, yeah. And I'm now talking way too long. This is going to be really a long video. I usually talk for 20 minutes, and now it's like 30 minutes. Oh my god, I had a lot to say about this book, but I really liked it. Yeah. And I'm very happy, even though Raphael took so long, he did get into my good books. Yes. So I very much recommend Dark Secret. It was good, as I keep saying, so yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I gotta end stuff right there. And this is my next book, Dark Demon by Kristin Feehan. Because I haven't heard from the library to my interlibrary loan, so yeah. And this is a different style mass bound. This is a mass bound because this is a trade back, but this is, it says right here. I don't know if you read that, but I'm going to read it to you. It is specially designed for comfortable reading, so yeah. And I'm going to read the back. Kristin Feehan has worked magic on a legion of fans with her darkly thrilling Carpathian tales. Now she delivers the provocative story of a female vampire slayer who proves as seductive and mysterious as the night dweller she stalks. Oh, another vampire slayer. I don't think she's the same as Ivory, because she is a vampire slayer. Like, she just, yeah. Well, this should be interesting. For as long as she can remember, Natalia has been fighting demons, first in the form of childhood nightmares, then later immortal creatures that kill and prey on the innocent, including her own twin brother. Whether Carpathian or vampire, she slays those who murder by night, and has no equal until she is seduced by the very thing she considers her enemy. A Carpathian who has seen nearly everything in his endless existence, Vikirnov doesn't think he can be surprised anymore until he faces a woman who rivals him as a vampire hunter. A formidable and gifted warrior in her own right, Natalia has a nature that is strangely familiar, yet alien to his own. Who is this mysterious female who fears no one, not even him? Natalia could be the key to the survival of the Carpathians. What is certain But all Vikirnov is certain of is that she is the key to his heart and soul. Oh, Vikirnov gets his mate, and it's Natalia. It's the woman he's been searching for. Oh my god, I love it! I love it! I love it! I love it! Sorry guys, I'm just, oh my god, I love it. And it'll be interesting because I love Ivory, but she has some insecurities and mental issues, kind of like I have. That's why I love that book. I also really love Rosban because of his nature and what happened to him, and just this personality and the way he treats Ivory. Oh my god, I can't wait to read Slayer. Oh my god, oh, I can't wait. Oh my god. I also have the audiobook for it. Oh my god. Yes, I have all the audiobooks that have the dual authors, that have the female and the male author that read. Oh my gosh. And that's actually how I fell in love with this, is that a Slayer is because of the audiobook. Oh my god, I love it. I haven't read it, so oh my gosh. So yeah, this book. And I get to show you this. Ah, they don't do this. She vowed to destroy him, but was he her true enemy or her destined life mate? Ah, love it. Is there a excerpt to read? Oh, they have the full family tree line in here. Okay, so we just have a chapter 1, no prologue this time. Oh my gosh, there's appendices in this book. Oh, I love it. Alright, finally I'm at the actual end of the book. We got 20 chapters in here. Oh gosh, there's a lot to read in this. 2 appendices. Anyway, yeah, this. Oh, I can't wait to read this. Did I read the acknowledgements in this one? I read that. Oh, what is that? Haha. Alright, so yeah. Please read this. This is a really good book. I enjoyed it. Even though Raphael was just the most annoying man for the majority of the book, he does become a really, really great man by this last, like, 8th or 16th of the book. Alright, so I now need to go to bed. I don't even know what time it is because my computer's off. My phone's all the way over there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just really freaking long and I don't know how I'm going to edit this. If you did like my book review, please hit that like button down there. And if you have read Dark Secret, please let me know in the comments how you felt about Raphael. If you agree with me in how I feel about him. If not, if you really enjoyed him right from the get-go, let's talk about Raphael. Also, if you've read any other dark books, you can leave in the comments below as well. Just don't be nasty, because we do not need nastiness in the world, okay? Yeah. And if this is the first time you're watching my video, please hit that bigger subscribe button down there by my picture for more book reviews, hauls, let's plays, unboxing and bagging, because something's coming up over a plastic bag wrap thingy, vlogmas, random vlogs, and random videos. I have no idea what to categorize. And I'm going to Disney that much sooner. It's like 8 days today. Well, like, yeah, today. It's like, I don't know. It's close to the end of the night, so it's almost 7 days till Disney. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So yeah, and again, I can say this because by the time this goes up, I will have been to Disney and back again. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and I will see you in my next one. Good night, everyone.